So in yesterday's session, we discussed about what is SAP BW and what are the different versions of SAP BW and the roles and responsibilities of a BW consultant. And we discussed about in which system, who is going to work in which system, like in SAP ECC, basis consultant, and also BW. So, yeah, sometimes BW consultant, functional consultants, and ABAP consultants are going to work in SAP ECC system. When it comes to BW system, only basis and BW consultants are going to work. So please remember those points because uh, when we are asking some help, so we need to know whom to contact. So that's why we have discussed yesterday what will be the roles and responsibilities of each and every consultant, like what basis consultant will do, and what functional consultants will do, and what ABAP consultants will do. So say for example, once you are into the project, so if you are unable to log into SAP BW, or you are unable to access some transaction codes, you are getting a message you are not authorized, then we need to approach basis consultant to resolve that issue. We should not ask ABAP consultant or functional consultant to resolve that issue because they are not responsible for authorizations or creation of user IDs, etc. So today we are going to focus on what is a database, then how the data will be stored in a database. Then we are going to focus on uh, what are the different types of systems like OLTP and OLAP systems. Then after discussing that, we will get into uh, how many types of data we have, like master data and the transactional data. Then we will discuss like in SAP BW system, how many types of master data are there. So slowly we will get into our SAP world. Okay. So we know that database is the place where logically related information will be stored. Say for example, if I talk about an Oracle database, so it is going to have logically related information like belongs to HR data. HR data will be there, or finance data will be there. So if we say, okay, this is my database, then logically related information will be stored in the particular database, and it will be in the form of tables. Hope you might have, Manohar, you might have spent some time while exploring this. So logically related
Yes.
information, yeah. So in a database, logically related information will be stored. Logically related information will be stored in the form of tables. Logically related information will be in the form of tables. So please remember, whenever we use a word called database, definitely the data will be stored in the form of tables only. Say for example, we discussed about SAP ECC. So in SAP ECC, different business process transactions will be performed by users. It is going to be stored in tables only. Okay. Say I'm a SAP SD user. I logged into SAP ECC system. I created a sales order and saved. Then automatically that transaction will be saved into the corresponding tables. So in SAP ECC, data will be stored in the form of tables. That is our conclusion. Okay. So whenever we talk about a database, so the related information will be maintained in tables. So what is a table? So table is nothing but a rows and columns. So rows will nothing but a data, columns will nothing but a fields. Correct?
Yeah.
So let me quickly.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's system login. I mean, I'll show you one table where it will have. Say, I'm into the SAP ECC system. If I want to see the tables in SAP ECC, I need to use a T code called SE11. I just press enter. here I will give you the table name, say KNA1. So this is the customer master table. So this table is going to have around 50 to 100 columns, I think. Yeah, see here, the number of fields in this particular table are 176. So it is having like customer number, country key, name 1, name 2, city. All the details of the customer will be maintained in this particular table. Okay, so this table is having columns like client, customer number, country key, name 1, name 2, city, postal key, etc. I'm just clicking on this contents icon, and then I just check the number of entries. So it is having some 8,000 odd. So I just executed it. So so this is a table which is having rows and columns. So rows are nothing but the data. So we are having around 8,037 rows, and these are 176 columns. This is a customer master table. So in SAP ECC, if anyone creates a new customer master data record and saves that, that information will come and save in this particular table called KNA1, where this table is having as of now 8,037 rows. Now one more addition will be there, 8,038, if a new customer master data has been created. And it is having 176 columns. Who will create the customer master and who is responsible for that? We are not responsible for that. Here yesterday we discussed SAP functional consultants or end users. They are responsible for creation of master data. Okay. So I just giving you an idea, like taking SAP ECC an example as a database. So SAP ECC we are taking as an example of database where it is having a logically related information belongs to different business process. How that SAP ECC is getting the data. So user or functional consultant is going to create a document and saves. Then it will go and store in the corresponding tables. So in SAP ECC is a database and data will be stored in the form of tables. Okay, I have taken one example as a table called KNA1, which is a customer master data table, and it is having around 176 columns and 8,037 rows. So table is nothing but a rows and columns. And for every table in SAP ECC, the mandatory is there should be a primary key. For every table in SAP ECC, there should be a primary key. If you see here, if you see this column key, so two fields were checked. That means client and the customer number were selected. Those two are the primary key fields of this particular table. Okay, so hope you guys are aware of primary key. Primary key is the one which will allow only unique values. Yeah, foreign key is the one which is a primary key in some other table. Now moving on, the types of databases. So there are two types of databases. Number one is OLTP, in bracket online transaction processing. Number two, OLAP, online analytical processing. Okay, so these are the two different types of databases: online transaction processing, online analytical processing. OLTP purpose of this is to run the business. Purpose of this is to run the business. Purpose of this is purpose of this is to analyze the business. Please try to understand. There are two types of databases. Number one is OLTP database.
What is the difference?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
run the business and you said run the business and analyze the business. Right? What is the difference? I mean, what exactly is the run the business?
Running the business means like
Day-to-day transaction data will be stored.
yeah, day-to-day transactions will be performed. Like say if I go to a manufacturing industry, there will be so many day-to-day transactions. Like there will be a
Okay.
recruitment process, there will be a production process, there will be a sales process, there will be a purchasing process, there will be a plant maintenance process. So all these day-to-day transactions will be there in a manufacturing industry. All those
Okay.
things will be performed in OLTP system.
Okay.
For example, in SAP ECC.
Uh-huh.
In SAP ECC, client is going to or users are going to log into ECC system and they will
Uh-huh.
create all these transactions like sales orders, purchase orders, plant maintenance orders, and recruitment. HR recruitment will be done, appraisals will be done, and the payments will be done, expenses will be there, uh, account payables will be there, account receivables will be there. So different business transactions will be performed using SAP ECC. And this is that is nothing but they are performing the transactions in SAP ECC to run the existing business.
Okay.
When it comes to OLAP, analyzing the business means how their business is performing, what is the sales comparing for last 3 months, what is the net profit comparing based for last 3 months, what is the total revenue comparing with the current year, current month to the previous year, current month, and what is the net expenses, what is the net taxes, and what is the
Okay.
balance sheet report, profit and analysis report. All those analyses will be done in OLAP system.
Okay.
This system is not to perform the day-to-day transaction. That means no sales order will be created in OLAP, no purchase order will be created in OLAP. But how many sales orders
Okay.
has been created for a material? This kind of analysis will be done.
Okay.
Okay, so vendor aging report. So that means, say, how many days he is overdue. Say we requested vendor to deliver the goods, but he hasn't delivered the goods as of now. Then we can do the vendor analysis. So that means analysis will be done in this OLAP system to take the decisions. So under this, the example will be SAP BW. So purpose of OLTP is to run the business, to perform the day-to-day transactions. Purpose of this is to analyze the business. Example is SAP BW system. Okay. So please try to remember OLTP, OLAP, and our SAP ECC system falls under OLTP category. Our OLAP BW system falls under OLAP category. Now let us quickly write a couple of differences between these two. So number one is this system will have detail level data. This system will have detail level data. This system, this in this system, let us write. In this system, we will maintain aggregated data. In this system, we will maintain the detail level data. In this system, we will maintain aggregated data. Number two, 1 to 2 years, 1 to 2 years of historical data will be maintained. 1 to 2 years of historical data will be maintained. Here, 5 to 6 years historical data will be maintained. So this is based on two-dimensional model. Based on two-dimensional model. This is based on multi-dimensional model. Based on multi-dimensional model. Next one is this will be used for operational level analysis. Operational level analysis. This will be used for decision making. Next one. Important one here. DML operations, data manipulation language. Data DML operations, read and write can be performed. Next one, DML operations. DML operations only read. Only read can be performed. So these are the main differences between OLTP and OLAP system. So if we talk about the very first one, this system will have a detail level data. So what is the meaning of detail level data? So on a high level, the detail level data means it is going to have the number of columns. That means data will be having so many columns which explains about a transaction in a detailed manner. Say if I go to a particular transactional data table, so I'm using certain words like transactional data and master data. Anyway, we are going to discuss in another 10-15 minutes. So let me go to one simple table, EKPO. So this is the purchase document item table, wherein in this particular table the data will be maintained based on 282 fields. That means it is going to have a purchase order number, item number, vendor, material, purchasing organization, purchase order quantity, net price, then if you see here company code, plant, storage location, material group, some 282 fields wise data will be maintained in this particular table. So that means this is the best example for a detail level data. Okay. When it comes to aggregated level data, I am going to maintain the data based upon a certain fields like purchasing organization, material, vendor, amount, purchase order quantity. That's it. Hope you are understanding. The detail level data means the number of fields will be more. Aggregated level data means the number of fields will be less. Detail level data means number of fields will be more and number of records also will be more. But when we talk about an aggregated level data, number of fields will be less and number of records will be less because the data will be aggregated in SAP BW. So let me give you a quick example. Say purchase order number and purchase order item number, then material, say amount and quantity. So let us say I am assuming this as a detail level data based upon certain fields. Amount is right currency and unit. Like this I am having data based upon total 7 columns. Say purchase order number, item number, material number is say 6001, amount is 7000, quantity is say 300, say INR and kg. Please observe here how many records I am having. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? I'm just quickly changing the document number. So that means total we are having 8 document numbers, and in each document number we raised a purchase order to purchase a material called 60,001, and in each one of them the amount is 7,000 and quantity is 300. So this is, I'm just saying that this is a detail level data. Now detail level data. Now coming to aggregated data, I am going to maintain the data based on only fields like material, amount and currency. Now if we understand properly, aggregated data means all the records having same field values will be aggregated. That means these 8 records are going to become like this: 8 sevens 56, 8 threes 24, and like this. So detail level data means number of the columns, that means number of fields will be more and number of records will be more. Aggregated data means number of columns will be less and number of records will be less. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, is this in this kind of, I mean, you just added these values and created aggregated data, right?
Okay.
Is this in this aspect only, or no, is there anything else? Like, no, aggregating. Just, I think the amount is added for each and every row, I believe.
Yeah, because here we are maintaining the data based upon material. So what system will do? System is going to check all the field values.
Okay.
For every record, what is the field value? Since all the records are having same material number, the amounts are getting aggregated.
Okay.
So in SAP BW system, the data will be maintained on a in SAP BW system, data will be aggregated.
Okay. No, this aggregation or aggregated means just adding the values.
Yeah, exactly.
Simply. Okay.
Adding the values provided this value should be same.
Okay.
Combination. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I maintain the data in SAP BW or in OLAP system also based upon all these fields, then I will have the 8 records as it is in BW as well.
Okay.
So I just given an example because if we go to the SAP ECC table, one particular table we are having the data based on 282 fields. But when it comes to our BW environment, we will hardly maintain the data based on not more than 100 fields.
Okay.
So the number of fields in ECC table is 282, but the data which we are maintaining in BW will be 100 fields. Say in SAP ECC there will be 100 entries, but in SAP BW it may become 50 based upon the combination of the values. Okay. Now moving on, so please try to understand, because these are the differences we need to, because no one is going to ask us in the interview the differences between or what are the different types of database, but these are the fundamentals which we need to have an understanding so that easy for us going forward. Now in SAP ECC we are clear that we are talking about OLTP and OLAP, but we are taking an example as SAP ECC as OLTP system and SAP BW as OLAP system. That's why in my lines when I am framing a sentence, I am using SAP ECC and SAP BW for comparison so that it will be easy for us. Now moving on, 1 to 2 years of historical data will be maintained generally in SAP ECC system in the real world. Okay, in SAP BW system, since it is a warehouse of information, 5 to 6 years of historical data will be maintained. It's not a fixed one which we have written over here. It varies from the client. It varies from the customer to customer. If customer demands that I want 3 to 4 years historical data in ECC, then basis team has to maintain that. So for that, the basis team has to give a give a configuration information how much database they need to purchase, like 1 terabyte or 2 terabyte, 3 terabyte hard disk as they have to maintain. So 5 to 6 years of historical data will be maintained generally in SAP BW system as per my experience. But in some projects, if they demand for more than 6 years, then we have to maintain. So it's basis responsibility to increase the database by informing to the customer database size. So next one is based on two-dimensional model based upon multi-dimensional model. I will come to this point at later point of time. So for the time being, we are just parking that aside. Okay. So next one is this will be used for a operational level analysis. Yesterday we have discussed that ABAP consultant is going to create a reports in SAP ECC system, and those reports will be executed by the operational level managers to do the operational level analysis. Okay, and we have stressed a point, SAP BW system is meant for analyzing the business. So the top level executives, top bosses of the company, they are going to use SAP BW system for decision making. So these are all very simple points, that's why I am quickly going through it. So please try to understand. This will be used for operational level analysis, and SAP BW will be for decision making. Top executives are going to use SAP BW system to take the decisions. Next one is DML operations, read and write can be performed. Please try to understand what is the meaning of read and write. Okay, so I created a purchase order in SAP ECC system. I created a purchase order in SAP ECC system. I can see that purchase order in SAP ECC system. That is the meaning of read. Okay, I can see that purchase order in SAP ECC system. That is the meaning of read. And I can modify that purchase order in SAP ECC system. That is called as write. So I created a purchase order. I can see or I can view that purchase order, and I can modify the purchase order. By mistake, what I did, I created a purchase order and I have given a quantity of 100 kg, but it has to be only 50 kg. So I can go and modify that particular purchase order, changing the quantity from 100 to the 50. That is the meaning of write. Am I clear? Okay. So the meaning DML operations, data manipulation language. DML means data manipulation language operations. Read and write can be performed in SAP ECC system. Next, DML operation only read can be performed in SAP BW system. That means once the data has been loaded from SAP ECC to BW, as part of our extraction activity, once the data has been loaded to SAP BW from SAP ECC as part of extraction activity, then in SAP BW system we cannot modify that record. We can only view that record. So that is the meaning of read. So once a transaction has been loaded to BW system, we can view that record only. We cannot modify that record. Any questions?
Yes.
No.
Okay, ma'am. So these are the few differences between the OLAP system, OLTP system and OLAP system. Okay. Now moving on. Types of data. So number one is master data. Number 2 is transactional data. Manohar, are you aware of the types of data?
No. I think I know a little bit about master data. Master data is like known data, existing data or something.
Okay. So master data is the one which is not going to change frequently. Master data is the one which is not going to change frequently. Say if we talk about a customer master, say customer master like customer phone number, customer address, customer gender, customer account number, and customer education qualification, and what else we can say, customer city. All these things are not going to change every day, because if there is a customer, his education qualification is going to he's not going to change every day. If and his account number is not going to change every day, his city is not going to change every day, his phone number is not going to change every day. So that data will be called as master data. Okay, Manohar. So master data is the one which is not going to change frequently. Okay. So I just given an example of customer. If we talk about customer payments, say a customer has taken a loan of 10,000 rupees, or a customer is going to purchase some products, then for a customer, the day-to-day transactions will vary. That means the customer payments will vary. If I talk about an example as customer payments, then that customer payment is going to vary every day. So that will be called as a transactional data. So what is master data? Master data is the one which is not going to change frequently. Transactional data, which is going to change every day whenever a transaction has been performed. Data which is not going to change, which is not going to change frequently. Example, customer master, customer master data, or employee master data. If we talk about a customer, then customer customer number one I am talking about, customer number one. So customer name, gender, education qualification, next city, phone number, account number. Say if I talk about customer name, say Peter, gender say male, education qualification he is say graduate, city is Houston, phone number like this, then account number is say 1234. So this is the customer master record, wherein this customer master data of customer number one master data, I am saying customer number one master data is this, which is not going to change frequently. So this customer number one name and gender, education qualification, city, phone number, account number, these are not going to change every day. But yes, there is a possibility of changing his city, because if he is relocated to some other location, if he lost his phone or purchased a new phone, then there is a possibility of changing these two. And if he qualify to next level of education, there is a possibility. But these are the things which are not going to change every day. It will be once in 2 years or once in 3 years, there is a possibility. So this will be called as a master data. Next one, transactional data. So data which is going to change, which is going to change, which is going to change frequently, which is going to change frequently. Example, customer payments. example is customer payments, or what else, vendor payments, vendor payments, purchase orders, POs, sales orders. All these are good examples for transactional data. So if I give an example of transactional data, so customer billing amount, then currency, transaction date, okay, and order number. That is also possible, unique number for every transaction. Okay, customer number 1, billing amount is say 600, currency is say USD, date is 1/9/2014, order number is 123. So this is the example for transactional data. Tomorrow, same customer, he did another payment of 500 USD on a day 2/9/2014, and the order for this is say 124. So this is the example of transactional data. Okay, where where the transactions every day user is performing, where the order numbers are changing, amounts are changing. So transactional data is the one which is going to vary every day. I just given an example like customer payments, vendor payments. One of the try to understand an example, say in a manufacturing industry, I purchase some raw material from a vendor. Today I purchased 10 kg, tomorrow I purchased 20 kg. Then we need to pay money to the vendor. So one day I paid for 10 kg, next day I paid for 20 kg. So that means the transactions, the vendor payments are going to vary every day, because
Yeah.
because as long as a manufacturing industry is there, then definitely there will be purchasing, there will be sales, there will be finance transactions. Okay, so please try to understand, in real world there will be two types of data. Number one is master data, and number two transactional data. We have to be in a position to differentiate by looking at it, what type of data is it. Is it master data or is it transactional data? By looking at it, we need to decide and we need to judge. This is very important. By looking at this data, we need to decide this as a master data, and by looking at it, we need to decide this as a transactional data. The tip for deciding here is this one. So in a transactional data, most probably there will be amounts or quantities or the counts, etc. In the master data, very rare case we will have amounts or quantities. Okay, so Manohar, please try to understand. If you see amount or quantity in a data, then it will be you can go ahead and you can confirm that it is a transactional data in a 95% scenarios.
Okay.
So in the master data, there won't be any amounts or quantities. Very rare scenarios we will be having amounts or quantities as part of master data. So I just give an example. So employee salary, we can define this as a master data. Yes or no? Because it is not going to change every day. It is going to change once in a year or twice in a year. Sometimes after 2-3 years also there won't be any change. So here employee salary is an amount, but we are maintaining that as a master data. Possible, because it is not going to change every day. Am I clear?
Yes.
Perfect. So point to be noted here is two types of data, master data and transactional data, and what is the difference between them, and here lot of examples you have to take up, and you need to differentiate. Okay, this is master data, this is transactional data. So the tip here is, in most of the transactional data cases we will be having amounts and quantities. Okay, So in the master data case, there won't be any amounts or quantities, 95% scenarios. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Can I move ahead?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Now in SAP BW system, master data is categorized or is divided into three types. Number one, text master data. Number two, attributes master data. Number three, hierarchy master data. So please try to understand, in SAP BW system, master data is divided into three types: text master data, attributes master data, and hierarchy master data. Let us try to explore each one of them. These are all very simple concepts we can understand easily. Text master data is nothing but a descriptions of a particular field. Let us say, in this example, customer name is the text master data of customer. Employee name is the text master data of employee. That means employee name is nothing but a description or names of a particular. If anyone talk about my customer ID is 1, then it's very hard to understand. If you mention the name as Peter, then we can easily recognize. So in real time as well, the maintenance of data, the maintenance of master data will be based on the key values like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. But in the reports, in our BW reports, we need to display the report based upon descriptions, so that whoever is executing the report can understand that report easily. So please try to understand this point. Anyway, for the time being, do not get into that in depth. Just focus on, okay, three types of master data: text, attributes, and hierarchy. What is text? Descriptions or names is nothing but a text master data. If I'm just copying this. So this piece is nothing but a text master data. In our previous example, we mentioned that this is complete master data of a customer number 1. But now I'm splitting that master data into pieces. So this piece I'm defining it as a text master data. So this is the special case in SAP BW. In SAP BW, the master data is divided into three types: text, attributes, and hierarchy master data. So text is nothing but a descriptions. So let me take another example. Say plant, or let us say material description. So this is the text master data of material. Material 60,001. No one can understand what is that 60,001. But if I give a description like this, then we can easily understand. Oh, material 6001 is nothing but a sugar. Okay. So descriptions or names of a particular field is nothing but a text master data. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Now, attributes master data. So attributes are nothing but providing more information about a particular field. Say here, gender, educational qualification, city, phone number, account number are providing more details about a customer. So this set will be called as a attributes master data of a customer. If I go to employee education level, next employee gender, next employee project assignment or job, employee status. So these fields like employee salary onwards till employee status, these going to provide more details about an employee. That's why we are calling that as an attributes master data. So whenever we are talking about attributes, those will be associated with an employee. Say if I talk about material, here if I mention material, if I mention here customer or the attributes of employee, doesn't make sense because material and customer are nowhere related to employee. They are not going to explain anything about employee. But employee education, gender, project, job and status, these are going to explain about this employee. That's why we are calling those as attributes of employee. See here, material is an attribute of employee doesn't make sense at all because there is no relation between employee and material. So same way, customer is an attribute of employee doesn't make sense because customer is nowhere related to employee. Clear? So attributes are nothing but providing more details about a particular field. Here, let me mm, divide this customer name. So customer name comes under text master data. Gender, educational qualification comes under attributes. So these are all comes under attributes of a customer. Am I clear?
Yeah.
So three types of master data: text, attributes,
Yes.
and hierarchy. Text is nothing but a descriptions of a particular field, and attributes are nothing but providing more details about a particular field. In our example, customer name is a text master data of customer, customer gender, education qualification, city, phone number, and account number. These are the attributes of customer. These are the attributes of customer, which is nothing but a attributes master data. So I'm just going back one step. In 2 minutes back, I mentioned like you have to be in a position to decide whether this is a master data and this is a transactional data. And same way, you have to be in a position to differentiate this is a text master data, this is an attributes master data, because that is very important when we are doing a data modeling. Yesterday we have mentioned what will be our roles and responsibilities. So in that scenario we stressed a point, data modeling. So to do the best design or to do the best data modeling, we have to be familiar with all these things and we have to take decisions. Like, okay, this is a requirement, okay, this will go for text master data, this will go for attributes master data, this is a transaction data. So we have to be strong in this area, then we can design the models easily. So moving on, um, hierarchy master data. So let me give one more example related to material. So material description is nothing but a text master data. Next, material group is attributes master data. So material type I am just giving raw material and material group is sales raw material group. So material description is the text master data of material. Material type and material group are attributes of material. Okay. So now moving on, hierarchy master data. So hierarchy is a tree-like structure which will have a root, nodes and leaves, and also it will have some levels. So if you recollect our any tree, what it will have root and it will have stems and it will have leaves. Same we are talking about in hierarchy master data. When we have a hierarchy, it is nothing but a parent and child relationship. It is nothing but a parent and child relationship. What is the parent of the tree? It will be a root, next it will be stems, then it will be leaves. Same terminology we are using in hierarchy master data. Hierarchy master data is a tree-like structure. It will have root, nodes and leaves. Okay, and also it will have levels. So hierarchy master data, it is a tree-like structure. It is a tree-like structure. It will have root, nodes, and leaves, and also it will have levels. Okay, tree-like structure, and for basic understanding, it's a parent and child relationship. It's a parent and child relationship. Okay. Now I'm just giving you, taking a small example of. Let me write like sales representative, hierarchy. Okay. So this, let us assume that as a root. Sales hierarchy, sales region 1, sales region 2, sales office 1, sales office 2, sales rep 1. So this is a hierarchy master data of a sales representative, where sales representative number 1 and 2 belongs to sales office 1, and sales office 1 belongs to sales region 1. Okay. So this is a tree-like representation where it is having parent and child relationship. That means sales representative 1 and sales representative 2 are having a parent as sales office 1, and sales office 1 is having a parent sales region 1, and sales region 1 is having a root sales hierarchy. Okay. So this is a tree-like representation where it is having a parent and child relationship, and this will be called as a root, the uppermost node of the hierarchy. This will be called as a root. These are all nodes. So this will be a node number 1, node number 2, node number 3, node number 4, and the last one is leaves. So these 4 will be called as a leaf. I will give a theoretical definition. Root is the one which will have only child. Root is the one which will have only child. Node is the one which will have both parent and child. Leaf is the one which will have only parent. So hierarchy is a tree-like structure which will have parent and child relationship. It will have root, nodes, and leaves. What is a leaf? Or let me start from here. What is a root? Root is the one which will have only child. What is a node? Node is the one which will have both parent and child. What is a leaf? It will have only parent. And this will be called as a level 1. This will be falls under level 1. This will be level 2. This will be level 3. This will be level 4. Okay. So a hierarchy will have root, nodes and leaves, and also it will have levels. Like this in SAP BW system, we can maintain the hierarchy master data based on 98 levels. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 levels. Like this we can maintain up to 98 levels, the maximum. Okay. So what is a hierarchy? It is a tree-like structure. It will have parent and child relationship, and it will have root, nodes and leaves and levels. And I explained what is a root, what is a node and what is a leaf. Any questions?
Why is that maximum 98? Only why just 98? Why can't be 100 or more
I
than?
think the limitation, because for everything in SAP side there will be a program and there will be a certain limitation of storing. So, I mean, if they want, they can increase it, I think, because it's not a big deal. Or I need to think technically, like, because anyway, as I mentioned earlier, every data will be maintained in a table, and for every table there will be a primary key fields, right? And a primary, the maximum number of primary key fields in a table can be 16 only.
Okay.
So I'm just thinking in that way, like, is there any certain limitation, like once we maintain more than 98 levels, then the key combinations which system is going to generate while updating the data to that table may cross that maximum 16 value. I'm just thinking in that way, but I'm not sure, and I will check anyway. Why there is a limitation only 98? So the reason will be, I think the reason will be only just some, because SAP what they will do in some releases they will come up with some new features, and some students will ask like why that is a limitation in SAP as of now. Because SAP just holds it. Then in next releases, whatever we are expecting, that will be released in the next version. I mean, it's all because when they are releasing a new version, they have to show something new to the customer. So if they release everything in one version, they cannot show anything new in the further versions. That is the problem. Say in SAP PA 7.0 they release some features, in SAP BW 7.3 they release some features. But whatever they have released in BW 7.3, they can do that in BA 7.0 itself. Okay, anyway, it's all business strategy. So coming back, yeah, I'll have a look, Manohar, like why that limitation.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it's not that important. Okay.
So clear. So what is a hierarchy master data? What is text master data? What is attributes master data? Okay. So please try to understand. There are three types of master data: text master data, attributes master data, and hierarchy master data. And what is the difference between them? And we need to be in a position to differentiate them. Please remember, try to go with some examples so that you will increase your decision making skills. Next one is hierarchy master data. We discussed about it. Then any questions so far?
No.
So today what we have discussed, we discussed about the types of databases and SAP, and we confirmed that SAP ECC falls under OLTP category and SAP BW falls under OLAP category, and we discussed the differences between them, and we have discussed types of data, and we discussed types of master data. Then tomorrow we are going to focus on why this master data has to be maintained in SAP BW. That is point number 1. Then point number 2, we are going to talk about info objects. We are going to talk about info objects in tomorrow's session. So there are 5 types of info objects. We need to discuss in detail about each one of them.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, sure. Any questions? Manohar, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Okay. So tomorrow at 6, we will start with why master data has to be maintained in SAP BW. Then we will talk about anyway transaction data we already discussed. Then we will talk about the types of info objects after that. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Thanks.